have always been good. So, you guys on the no, that
Still not seeing it yet.
no, I'm not either. Oh, there it goes.
Hey, it's loading.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So there's a setting in there that says automatically start live stream.
Yes.
When the 10 o'clock comes on.
Yep.
I've never seen it actually do that. So I've always clicked on it. So I think when I clicked on it this time, it was actually waiting to start itself. And we're live. Okay, Ed Maynard? Is it Maynard? Hopefully I say your name right, dude. You are live. Volume is low. What's volume? No, I know what you're talking about. Hold on. Volume is low. Let's go here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that should be a little bit better. Frank, give me 1, 2, 3.
Oh, 1, 2, 3. This is KG5AHJ, and good morning.
Okay, that should be a little bit better. Just want to make sure we don't have too much background noise. That's the only thing. So let's do this real quick. And good morning. My name is Jason. I'm KC5HWB. Hold on, Frank. I got myself talking right now. So this is Ham Radio 2.0. This is our monthly live stream. It's GroundHog Day. So we're going to record 10 minutes of this live stream, and then we're just going to loop it back all day long for the rest of the day. So you can watch the same thing over and over again. And so, Frank, you are up.
Hey, I'm Frank, the KG5AHJ.
So, good morning. I guess that's all Frank had to say.
I'm here today.
I'm clicking around and doing stuff here. So, okay. So help me watch the live chat there.
Oh, I already got it up.
Okay. Thanks for watching, guys. Somewhere in there, it used to, 38. There it is. I didn't see the number. Thanks for watching, guys. I got 38 people watching us now. Like I said, it's GroundHog Day. It is February 2nd. Everyone go watch the Bill Murray movie today if you didn't get my reference there. So we're going to record this live stream and just loop it back all day long, so you have to watch the same thing over and over again. I'm not really going to do that, but I thought it'd be funny to say that. So today the topic today is the Ham Radio 2.0 video channel.
Yes.
That's the topic today. We don't have anything specific to talk about, although I've got a couple of side notes. And you guys are welcome to talk to us in the chat, in the super chat. Hey, Rod, what's up, dude? KD5HQF saying shout out to my buddy Rod out there.
We also have Kim from Denmark
checking in with us today. Awesome. Good deal. Always like seeing the folks out there that are checking in outside of the USA. Always good to see that. It's 10 a.m. in Texas right now, which means it's 11 a.m. on the east coast of the United States, and it's 8 a.m. on the west coast of the United States.
And no one knows what time in Denmark.
Yeah, I don't know what time it is in Denmark, so I guess I could Google it, but off the top of my head, I don't know. So today we're going to talk about, well, first off, I keep getting a lot of questions from people about Orlando HamCation, which is coming up in 2 weeks. I think it's 2 weeks that Orlando HamCation is coming up. Let me make sure I'm saying that right. It's either next weekend or the week after. And if I pull up my calendar, I want to say it's the weekend after. No, it is next weekend. Orlando HamCation is next weekend, February 8th, 9th, and 10th. It's usually like a half day on the 10th. Fantastic show. Second largest ham fest in the that's weird. Second largest ham fest in the nation. Happens in Orlando every February. And I've attended that show for the last 3 years, and I love that show. I couldn't work it out with my calendar this year. That's the only reason I'm not going to go this year. I couldn't work it out with my calendar and my daytime job. And I'm really missing it because when I made the decision to not go, which was like 3 or 4 months ago, it was actually November. It was November, and the only reason I remember that is because I was trading emails on my phone at my deer lease when I was sitting in the deer stand with the guy talking about buying a vendor booth at Orlando HamCation, and I was like, I just can't get the timing to work out. So so I had to make the decision a while back, and now, like in the last month, everyone's like, "Hey, you going? You going? You going? You going?" And I wish I was going because I'm like, crap, I can't go. So and it's too late now to go, to try to make plans to go, to take
next year.
Yeah,
We'll do
yeah.
it next
So
year.
so I'll so it again, if you have the opportunity to go to the HamCation in Orlando, great group of folks put on that show every year. It's a good heck. It's Florida. It's a heck of a lot warmer there than it is in most places in the United States right now. I got to go to freaking Chicago next week for my daytime job.
Why would you want to go to Chicago?
I don't want to go to Chicago. I have to go to Chicago for my daytime job. So last week it was like negative 25 degrees in Chicago.
Yeah, I was about to bring up the temperature.
Yeah,
it's gonna be
it's
cold.
It's supposed to be in the 30s and 40s this week. So they're saying it should be warm. Like 40 degrees is warm.
Okay.
Granted, 40 degrees is not negative 25, but
No.
I wouldn't describe it as warm either. But I can deal with it's been 40 degrees here in Texas for the last month, so I can deal with 40 degrees. That's not a big deal. Yeah, Rod, would love to go to Orlando. Orlando's a great show. If you ever have the chance to go to Orlando, it's a fantastic show. They have a really large and cool flea market area because they have in the back, it's at a fairground, and in the back of the fairground is a bunch of RV hookups, and people set up their RVs. They drive from all over the nation up there. They set up their RVs, and they set up tables outside of their RVs, and it's a big swap fest outside. And then you've got like 3 or 4 large buildings with commercial vendors on the inside, and then they've got an indoor commercial or an indoor swap fest also. So they have an indoor and outdoor swap fest, and then they have commercial vendors on the inside of
What it would take us for us to go?
Well, you know what? If this we're gonna get to growing the podcast here in a minute. That's what I'm going to talk about today. And
I was trying to segue.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. So, but yeah, next year we're gonna try to go. Wow. You ever notice that? Maybe this didn't happen to you. Whenever I get in front of the camera, my nose starts to itch.
It does?
Yeah.
Now you say that, mine's going to itch.
Yeah. So be prepared. My nose starts to itch when I get in front of the camera.
I'm just going to preemptively itch my nose.
So, good morning from Warren. Okay, let's go to the chat here. Let's see. KD5HQF, good morning. Said good morning to you. I know you're in Louisiana right now. Hey, Google, what time is it in Denmark? I don't have my Google Home with me here right now. Matt, good morning. Ed, good morning. Oh, yeah, Ed from Denmark already said good morning to you. Glad you're with us this morning. Pat Gannon, good morning. Raymond, good morning. KG5DGG from Buckeye, Arizona. Let's see. KB3KAU, good morning. Any date when the Yaesu F2 2DR new release comes out? That's the new, is that the 2DR, is that the repeater or is that the little HT? I'm not as familiar with the Yaesu products as I am with some other stuff. The 2D, I think the FT2DX is the repeater and the 2DR is the handheld. I think. I don't remember. So, no. Rodney, sorry, KB3KAU. I don't keep up with Yaesu. Nothing wrong with that. No, I just don't know. I don't know the answer to your question. I have been communicating or participating, I should say, on the W5KU YouTube show update for the 2DR for the FT2 handheld, and it how you could the latest firmware would allow you to turn it into a Wires X node, so you don't have to use your HRI 200 box anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
So you
can turn your HT into a Wires X node, and
so then how would that connect to the internet?
I don't know. I don't have that handheld. I have the FT70R, which is their newest one, and I have the original FT1. I don't have the FT2, so I either need to find one that's used, because I'm not going to pay full price for one, because I just wouldn't use it enough. I'd pay full price for one if it was something I'd use all the time, but it's not something I would use all the time. I'm seeing what radios I've got here with me right now. But yeah, supposedly you can turn it into a Wires X node to have it connect into the Wires X network without the use of the HRI 200 box. That's the first time that's ever happened. Yeah. For Wires X, to my knowledge.
Well, that box usually sits behind the repeater.
Behind the repeater or behind a simplex node at your home. You can also connect the box to your computer and use it to talk. And I just found this out. You can also use HRI 200 box to connect to your computer and talk into the WiresX network through your computer speaker without the use of a radio.
So that's kind of like Echolink.
Sorta. Sounds a heck of a lot better than Echolink, and you can do it on analog or digital.
Okay.
But yes, yeah, it's Echolink upgraded, something like that. Yeah, I don't know why it does that on some people. So let's see. So let's say good morning to. Yeah, Fetch 872. That was my thoughts exactly. Unfortunately, I can't take my LTC with me to. I'll have my LTC with me. I just won't be packing when going to Chicago. That's the other thing. I should drive to Chicago, so I can just keep everything locked in my truck.
Well, don't even start on the gun laws.
No, I'm
because
not.
We're not a political podcast.
It's not a political podcast. I don't want to talk about that right now. But yeah, I'm with you on that.
We have opinions, and I think everyone will figure them out by now.
Right, exactly. Yeah, we're in Texas, so go figure. Noel, KF5SOK, good morning. Let's see.
We got Pat from Florida bragging. That is 78 degrees outside.
78 degrees in Florida. Ugh. Okay. Jamie, KN4FNP, good morning. Hey, Daryl. Good morning, Daryl. K5DLQ. Daryl is my go-to guy for all Arden firmware, Arden mesh networking questions. You guys don't hit up Daryl because Daryl's too busy answering my questions. So, but yeah, good morning. Daryl is a fellow Texas resident down there outside of Magnolia, if I remember correctly, north of Houston. So let's see. Good morning, David. KB9EWG. Rod, All-Star is, All-Star's fun. You should probably start running with the big boys and get into DMR a little bit more, but that's okay. I mean, we play with crayons sometimes.
Crayons are cheap.
I'm teasing about All-Star. I like All-Star. I like teasing Rod. Rod and I are good friends. And every time he starts talking about All-Star, I start talking about, I start needling him a bit. But yeah, no, it's cool. Yeah, so Kim, FT2D via the SCU19 cable goes direct to WiresX network, works great. So I'm probably going to do a video on that uptubing. Yaesu has a tube video out with all the sales in progress. Tube video out with all the sales in progress. Okay. Rod says, haha, I hear you. So anyway, yeah, that'll be upcoming. So all right. Let's go here. So for the longest time, this will be, it's February of, let me switch this right here, Frank. So, okay, I'm just going to put it on me for a minute, Frank. If I can find my mouse. There it is. So for the longest time, I've been thinking and going over what to do with this show and how to promote it and how to get it to a more broader audience, more subscribers, more popular, more stuff to do, more videos to put on the channel, and how to grow it, how to make it bigger and better than it is now. Frank has helped me with that because I think that it's good to get more faces on the air. It doesn't need to be just me talking to the camera every week or a couple times a week. I really enjoyed the live interview with both Ken and Steve for the ARRL North Texas section managers last month that we did here. I've reached out to all the rest of the section managers in the West Gulf Division, and I've reached out to the West Gulf Division director as well to try to get some more ARRL stuff on video, just kind of interviews and talk about what's going on with ARRL and the part of this world. So that might be upcoming. But I wrote down, I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos about how to grow a YouTube channel. There's YouTube videos about how to grow your YouTube channel. That makes sense.
Inception.
Right, Inception. The dream within the dream. So they said write down your mission. Write down your mission statement. What is my mission statement? So my mission statement for this show, okay, I wrote down actually kind of two of them. To educate and to promote the hobby of amateur radio to new operators and seasoned veterans. And, there's probably a lot of people in amateur radio that know a heck of a lot more than I do. In fact, I usually rely on those people, and I go out there and talk to them and say, hey, how do you do this? What about this? I've read you can do this. What's the easiest way to do this? What's the easiest way to do this? And la 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 la. But then I take that information and I post it to everybody out here for you guys to watch. The other one is to demonstrate the value of amateur radio to everyone and educate in its use in all modes. So what does that mean? Well, that means basically we're doing some of my most popular videos to date are my technician and my general class that are posted on the channel. And the technician class expired last June, and the general class will expire this June of 2019. Now, the Hurst Club, which is where we are today, I should have said that up front. We want to thank Chris Cotter, KD5HIY, president of the Hurst Club at W5HRC. Go to W5HRC.org and look up everything they're doing. They meet here every Saturday. Every Saturday. There's a big group of Texas State Guard guys here today that are that were. I didn't know they were coming.
Neither did I.
But
it was a surprise.
It was a good surprise. It was a good surprise. There's a whole group of Texas State Guard dressed in their desert fatigues, and they're out there talking about. And there are a couple of them that are hams, and there's a couple of them out there talking about how to become hams. And that's what they came here today to talk about radio communication. It's really cool. But the Hurst Club, W5HRC, they meet here every Saturday morning, 9 a.m., to just talk about ham radio. Whatever you're doing in ham radio. Doesn't matter. So if you're in the North Texas area, if you're in the Tarrant County area especially, come by one Saturday and talk to us.
They also will help you program your radios for the first time. New hams, so this is a great way just to come and they'll show you not really tricks of the trade, but they will show you if you ask.
Yes.
Just help you out with getting on the air for the first time. And,
right.
It's a very, very open and friendly club.
Good. Yeah. Very, very much so. So, where was I going with that? So, yeah, special thanks to W5HRC for allowing us to live stream from here. But they are the ones who put on the technician and the general class that are recorded on this channel right now. If you go back and look, you can see there's 3 videos on each, and each video is 2 hours long, so it's kind of a long thing, but you get all the information you need to pass. And I constantly get good comments on those videos saying, hey, I just passed my general test because of this video helped a lot. Thank you. So I'm going to be there. The Hurst Club is going to be putting on a new technician class this spring for the new updated question pool. They were supposed to do it last year, and they just kind of ran behind on getting everything updated, which is fine. It's not a big deal.
And the shutdown didn't help.
Well, the shutdown happened way after that. Yeah. If you take your test right now, you might not get your call sign for a few weeks because of the shutdown. But the question pool updated last June, way before the shutdown happened. It didn't have anything to do with that. So, we'll be updating both of those this year. We'll be updating the technician class, the general class, later this year. The gentleman who wrote the technician and general classes is working on an extra class. Now, I've been dangling this extra class upcoming episode in the front of my viewers for like 2 years now. So
Yeah. I want to take the course.
I do too. I'm only a general.
Same here.
I'm only a general. I want to take the extra course, and I took an extra course back at the North Richland Hills a year and a half ago, and I took the test, and I think I got like a 68. I almost passed it, but I didn't. And then this was right before the question pool changed. That question pool changed 2 years ago, 3 years ago. So it's 3 years since I'd done that. And so I was like, I'm just going to wait for, and quite frankly, I thought the Hurst Club would have one up by now. But that's okay. It's not a big deal. So they're going to be doing that. They're going to be doing that later. Hopefully that'll be ready later this year. So we're going to get a new technician class, a new general class, and a brand new extra class later this year. I've also got a CW class recorded. And I'm putting the finishing touches on that, and I'll be posting that to the channel.
Hurst is actually starting a new CW class next Saturday.
I thought it was supposed to start today, but there's nobody here today, so it's good. But I'm just watching the. Oh yeah, Noel, that was new to us too. But yeah, the CW class they did last fall, I recorded all of that. I've got one more session to get, numbers 0 through 9. I've got everything else. So I'm putting all that. That's going to be put. Anyway, the point is to educate people on amateur radio. You want to get your license. You want to upgrade your license. You want to get more versed in different stuff to do. New radios. Anyway, that's what the show has always been about. Now, having said all of that, that was a long-winded. This is a live stream, so I can be as long-winded as I want to, I guess. The only thing I lose is watchers. So we're 35, jumping between 35 and 38 watchers right now, which is that's about normal. We had about twice that last week, but everybody was interested in that in the interview between Ken and Steve.
Last couple streams ago.
Yeah, well, I said last week, last month.
Yeah.
So what I want to do is my goal is to grow this. What I want to do is YouTube full time. Bottom line, I want to be able to do it full time, and in order to do that, obviously you have to make money. So there's a couple of different ways to have it make money, and some people already help with that greatly for donations, but. There's other ways to do that also. If I go over here, what I did was, well, the first thing you can do is on this window right here, which this is going to look weird. On this window right here, you can, on this right here where it says show support for Ham Radio 2.0, where I'm mousing over right now, it's a $sign. You can click on that. And that's called the Super Chat donation. You can donate $1, $5, whatever you want to do. And you can help out in the show that way. The other thing you can do is support me on Patreon. Go to patreon.com/hamradio. And this is my Patreon page right here. I've got 14 patrons right now. I just put up this brand new, what they call a tier, which is an $8.25 a month, which calculates at $99 a year. And for the people that join that tier or higher, obviously, I'm going to start doing monthly private conference calls. So we're going to, the few people who are at that tier or higher at the end of every month, so I'll start at the end of February, we're going to get on a conference call and say, okay, what do you guys want to talk about? You want to talk about programming DMR radios, programming code plugs? You want to talk about Arden Mesh? You want to talk about whatever you want to talk about? That's cool. It's opportunity for you to ask questions and on a live one-on-one chat with me and maybe Frank. We'll see if Frank wants to do it.
I'll probably do it next time.
So that's my Patreon page, patreon.com/hamradio. And $2 a month, the price of a soda once a month, would help me out greatly. If you don't want to do the $8.25 a month thing, that's okay. $2 a month for the price of a soda would help. If I could get a couple hundred people doing that tier, that would add to it. You don't want to do any of that, you can go to my Amazon video 2.0, which is at the URL at the top right there. And the cool thing about Amazon, and these are my I've got one for Ham Radio. I'm adding to these constantly. I went through and put all the Arden Mesh. Yeah, so see, these are some Arden Mesh nodes. That's the air router right there. I'll be doing a episode on that upcoming.
Really?
Yeah, the air router. Yeah, I've got one running at the house right now. I'm going to put another one in Galveston.
All right.
So yeah,
I'm interested in that.
Doing an episode on that. But if once you go to Amazon and start a session and click around through my store a couple times a year, and then you think, hey, I want to buy some batteries, and then you click around in Amazon and go back and buy batteries, I still get credit for that, even though it's not on my page, because you started your Amazon session by first clicking on my page. It's the way Amazon works. It's really cool. And another one that I found out recently was this one called kit.com. And if you go here, nope, not there, right here, go to kit.com/my call sign KC5HWB. This is just another, and a lot of this stuff links to my Amazon pages. I've got one for Arden firmware, books for amateur radio, and this is stuff that I've got in my hunt and lease. That's just whatever. But you go to kit.com, you can build kits out of whatever, and you can see what I recommend as far as stuff that I use. This is really cool. This NVE Ubiquity dish here, Nano Beam. I think I put the MikroTik in here. Yeah, right there. This little MikroTik HAP AC light, this is really cool. And the thing's like $45. It's really cool. So I'm going to do some. So I got a couple of videos upcoming with the MikroTik router as well. So, but all those are ways you can help support Ham Radio 2.0 and possibly get it to where now I do sponsor. I have a couple of sponsors. Well, let me talk about my sponsors first of all. If you ever want a name badge that's unique from most of the name badges you see in Hamfests, if you ever want a lighted call sign like the one that I have in the background of all the videos that I do on the show, the Ham Radio 2.0, and it lights up in different colors and whatnot, go to gifts4hams.com. They're one of my original sponsors, one of the first sponsors I ever had, and they've been very gracious, and they've been with me for like 3 years now. So you can go get all kinds of cool amateur radio stuff from going to their website, which is right here. Gifts for Hams, laser engraved gifts, and all this kind of good stuff right here. In fact, I'm going to get a couple of these made for our beer channel, I think.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, I'll get one with our logo and whatnot. We have a Texas craft beer YouTube channel that we do also, and I'll show that in a second. But Gifts for Hams is one of my sponsors. Another one is Arendelle Electronics. And if you go to Arendelle Electronics, they have this daily special up here every day. Long UHF barrel connector for $16.95 today. It's usually little stuff. Sometimes they'll put like a radio in there, like an HT or something, but it's usually stuff. One time they had some Alpha Delta antenna switches, which are really, really good antenna switches, and they had them for a good price. But R&L's a sponsor right there. And then, of course, the other sponsor I have right now is the Greater Houston Hamfest, and that's a Hamfest upcoming in about a month and a half at the end of March. In fact, you can see it right here, 48 days and 19 hours until the Houston Hamfest. They have a really good showing. The show last year was a little bit smaller because everyone was still recovering from the hurricane and around August of 2017. I'm going to make sure I got my years right. But traditionally, this has been a really good show, so I'll be going back to this show again this year. Really good. Probably the second, maybe the third largest Hamfest in the state of Texas, something like that. So, anyway, that's that. Let's see. Let's go back here to the chat. I can go to K2NGX from New Jersey. Good morning, Nick. How about a drawing for monthly watchers? You know what, Matt? That's an idea that I've been knocking around in my head, and I was going to do a drawing for my Patreon subscribers, and there's some kind of like raffle law around that where Patreon don't want to do that, because on Patreon, it's people that are donating money to you. So you can't, so if I want to give them all something, I can do that. But if I want to say, okay, I'm going to take all you guys who have donated money to me and pick one of you and donate a prize, they don't let you do that.
I can see that.
Yeah, I can see that too.
Yeah.
You know, because raffle laws are different, and it depending on what state you're in, and the people who are donating to Patreon are usually not in the same state that I'm in. You know, some of them are, but some of them are not. So, yeah, there's going to be. I'll definitely be doing another giveaway in May. I do a giveaway on my anniversary every year, which is May 2nd. So May 2nd of this year, the channel will be 4 years old. And I'll be doing a giveaway there. I'll probably do another giveaway when I reach 20,000 subscribers. So you guys go out and get your friends to subscribe to me. Tell your amateur radio friends to subscribe to me. I'm almost to 16,000 right now. We've got 15,700 roughly. And I didn't look at the number this morning. But it's been going up ever since I've been doing YouTube promotions for like the last few months. I was getting between 75 and 100 new subscribers every week before I started putting a lot of time into YouTube promotions. Now I'm getting between 150 and 200. So I've doubled, almost tripled that number. Not quite tripled, but almost. So the more subscribers I can get, the more reach I have, and the more you can do there. So let's see. So yeah, Matt, drawing for monthly watchers, that's something like that is going to be there at some point in time. Let's see.
To answer Nick's question down at the bottom there, Jason does get on the statewide DMR nets.
Yes.
I don't.
No, you should.
Oh, it's very spotty for my house. Only on the handheld.
You have an outside antenna. You need an outside antenna. So, yeah.
It's on the list of things to do.
I know. We might do an episode on that. So, oh, you know what? The other one is I put if you okay. Let me go here first. If you are, I sent out an email and then I put up a video about a week after the email, earlier in January, and it was an email telling everyone about a new deal TYT sent me this email and they said, hey, we've got this sale going right now. You can buy a large quantity, 100 to 300 to 500, depending on what you wanted to do. TYT MD-UV dual band, MD-UV 380 dual band DMR radios for a low price. And I'm like, okay, let me try that and see. And I sent it out to my email list, which is right here. If you go to livefromthehamshack.tv and scroll down just a bit and see the red box there, you can sign up for my email list. And then if you go watch this video, it will give you a discount, a $20 discount code to go to grapevineamateurradio.com and purchase one of those radios. Now, I sent that email out, and I got a lot of orders. And then I put the video up, and I said, yeah, I've already sent this email out to my email subscriber list, but I wanted to put it out to the video watcher list also. And then I had like 36 people all go sign up for the email list at one time. It was like, so that was a good thing. So I've got this email list. I've got like 2,400 people on my email list. And I had an email list on MailChimp for 2 or 3 years, and then once it broke 2,000 people on the email list, MailChimp wanted to start charging me, which is okay. It's okay.
That's their model.
Yeah. But I started searching around for other email providers to compare prices, because once you get that big, you can't get free email anymore. So I'm actually on Aweber now. I'm on Aweber, and I've got about 2,350, 2,400 email subscribers, I should say, somewhere in there. And I'm going to try to really, especially since I'm paying for it now, I want to try to get a lot better about sending out monthly emails. Maybe I'd like to do weekly emails and say, here's the videos you can see on my channel this week. Here's the videos you can see on my channel. Oh, yeah, by the way, I'm going to be live streaming here, and I'm going to be on W5KUB here, and I'm going to be doing this here, that kind of thing. But it's one of those things. It's one of those time things where I would like to get there. So, but anyway, so I got more than a couple. I got a handful of MD-UV 380s left that are still available on this website. Now, here's what's going to happen. Right, I'll tell you what's about to happen right this very minute. Now, if you go to the website grapevineamateurradio.com, this video here at the top of Grapevine Amateur Radio is talking about me shutting down Grapevine Amateur Radio and doing YouTube full time, and that's still my plan. But if I run across deals every now and then, and I can actually invest some money and then sell stuff to make money, to donate it to YouTube for Ham Radio 2.0, that's some sort of sales thing that just does. It takes money to make the world go round. So you've got to, if I ever want to do this full time and be able to put up 2 or 3 or 4 videos every week, this is what it's going to, detail. So anyway, so let me say this real quick and see how many people I get respond to that. This is grapevineamateurradio.com. This is where the UV8, the top right one, that's where the UV 380 special is. It's $119. You go watch that video up that I linked a minute ago, and you get a $20 discount code. I got 4 of those left, and I put them on the website, and those are for sale also. So basically what these are is this: I'm cleaning out. I've got a storage building where I stored all the stuff for Grapevine Amateur Radio, and I'm slowly cleaning it out. I'm getting rid of stuff. And once it's all gone, it's probably going to be gone, and I'm going to concentrate on YouTube full time. That's my focus. Let's see. Oh, thanks for linking that, Frank.
Yep.
People are talking about the Jumbo Spot. I'm not a fan of the Jumbo Spot. The Jumbo Spot is a copy of the Zoom Spot, so I'm not really a fan of the copy. Some people have had good luck with the Jumbo Spot. Some people have not. I've seen some good and bad reviews on it on Facebook and on YouTube both. The Zoom Spot is exclusively at HRO. Go to HRO's website. And the Open Spot 2 is probably one of my favorites right now. The Open Spot, in fact, I think I put it over there. I think. I brought an Open Spot 2 with me today. Open Spot 2 is very easy to set up. It's about yay big, and runs on USB power, connects via Wi-Fi, and works well. The best Pi-Star spot, my favorite Pi-Star spot right now is the DX Mini. The DX Mini is my favorite Pi because he makes a version that comes with a screen. He makes
Really?
It's a dual band version that comes with he has two versions. He has a small version that's on a Pi Zero board that has just a little LED screen on it, and then he has a larger version that's on a Pi 3 Plus board that has a larger screen attached to it, and then it has dual antennas coming out of it, so it can be used for for 2 time slots. Noel, David George, N5 MXI, thank you for the $10 donation. Appreciate that. It does help, definitely. What, did you want to say something, Frank?
No.
Okay.
Just letting you go.
Okay. Well, people are talking about hotspots, so I thought
I don't have much knowledge in that. So
No, I know, and that's fine. But my favorite hotspots right now are either Open Spot 2 or the DX Mini. Now, there's a lot of hotspots out there. And for the most part, they're all the same because most of them are running on Pi-Star. The difference is that the Open Spot has their own independent operating system, and it does. It's got a couple other features that you can't do on Pi-Star. But Pi-Star has a couple features that the Open Spot won't do also. So it depends on what you want. Depends on where you're going. So as far as recent videos you posted a very interesting video about the deep space listening array. Yes.
That was
very large array.
Yes.
Yeah, from Tapper. I'm still going through all my Tapper DCC videos. I've got 4, maybe 5 more to post, something like that. I really should have gotten those done by now because that was in September of last year. And fingers crossed, those guys were very cool. They were very inviting, and we talked about me going back this year and recording them this year. I hope they allow me to do that. And my goal is gonna be to get them all posted by Christmas this year. Kind of a trial run for me last year. That was the first time I'd ever done anything specifically like that. Like 2.5 days full of recording forums is what it was. And they were all very interesting.
It was very well done. You got the slides very well, and the speaker setup. It was a good video. Yeah, and it was very interesting as far as the topic. I watched it, I think, twice because I was doing it at work. Don't tell the bosses. But I really enjoyed it.
Good. Okay. Good.
Can you hint on what's coming up in the pipe right now?
For the DCC stuff, or just
in
overall.
General?
In general, let's see. Well, got some more people in. Oh, I got some more people watching now too. Let's see. Nick Goldman says mine runs on Pi-Star. I don't know what he's talking about. KG5UHZ. Good morning. What do you think of the Baofeng 1701? Got my first DMR radar. All I need is the hotspot. Ray, go watch my video about the Retevis RT84. Same freaking radio. Same radio. I've actually got a Baofeng 1701 that I was going to review, and I will. I'll probably review it here upcoming. But Retevis sent me an RT84 and asked me to review it, so I put that on my channel. And if you take those radios out of the box and look at them, they're exactly the same. One of them says Retevis, one of them says Baofeng. But yeah, it's really solid. You could beat someone over the head with that radio really easily. It's heavy duty. It's real sturdy. It's got the same screen that basically like a TYT MDUV 380 has. I like it a lot. Let's see. DPCom, according to my tracking number, my hotspot should arrive tomorrow. We'll be on DMR. Good. Nuclear Ship Savannah Amateur Radio Club, NSSARC. Yeah, right there.
Well, that's piquing my interest.
Yeah. So Nuclear Ship Savannah Amateur Radio Club. You guys are you guys going to participate in Museum Ships Weekend, the first weekend in June this year? I got invited to go to that up at the Batfish in Muskogee again. So I'm trying to decide. I'm trying to figure out my schedule for that. You should go to that with me if I go.
Let me know.
So it's
the nuclear ship, man. We can't pass that up too.
No, I know it. Yeah.
Is also the ship in Galveston participating in that?
I don't know. It's a good question. Well, there's not one in Galveston. There's one in the Port of Houston.
Okay.
It's the battleship in the Port of Houston, but I don't know if they have a radio club. There's one down in Corpus Christi that has a radio club. Those guys are telling me about that at one point in time. So he says, Nuclear Ship says yes. I don't know what your name is, sir. Museum Ships Weekend is a go. Good. Okay, good. So we guys will maybe hear you guys on the air that weekend. So really cool HF event. I didn't know it existed. I went up there to the Batfish on December 7th for Pearl Harbor Day.
Yeah.
And the internet up there was not good enough to do a live stream, which is what they want to do. But I recorded a video and posted it later. But that'd be a cool place to operate, especially in June. It was cold December 7th in Muskogee, Oklahoma, inside of a big metal ship, a big metal submarine. They have the submarine sitting in a field. It's not in the water. It's in a field on the back of a museum. And it's this big iron ship out there in the middle of a field, and it's like 30 degrees outside. So, so it's radiating cold from the metal ship on the inside. But there are museum ships in Galveston. Okay. I'd like to see where those are. Yeah, I'd like to see where those are. I know there's one in the Port of Houston. There's that battleship in the Port of Houston. I can't remember the name of it right now. And there's a big sign for it, driving 45 down there every time I go down. I was like, man, I got to stop there one of these days.
I would never stop in there as a kid.
See, I've never been there.
It was very fun.
Okay. Okay.
I want to be, I would love to go back.
Okay.
That'd be fun, especially if they get on the air for that battleship weekend. Mm-hmm. That would be amazing.
Yeah. I wouldn't. I mean, I'm not surprised that there are museum ships in Galveston. I've just never been to any of them. Mm-hmm. And I've never seen advertisements for them either, I don't think. Of course, I might have been just looking for craft breweries when I was down there, but that's another story. Let's see. Steven, good morning, KG5OKB. Good to see you on today. Craig Murphy says, you can consider a Ham Radio 2.0, Brandmeister, YFS, D-Star, Weekly Net, or Talk Group, whatever you prefer. I've been told that before. I don't have a weekly net. I don't have a talk group because let me think of how best to word this. I don't want to commit to another weekly something. Number one. Number two, we do a weekly net on Texas statewide in Texas. Yes. that I've been doing for 2 years longer than Brandmeister's ever existed. So we do on Texas 3148, the original Texas 3148. We do a weekly statewide net every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. I was net control for that net for 2 years alone by myself every Wednesday. Now, starting at the beginning of 2018, I got 2 or 3 guys to step up and help me, and now I do it once a month, and everybody else does it once a month. We just switch off Wednesdays. But I do that net already, and I'm responsible for making sure it happens, so I don't really want to do another net like that. As far as DMR talk groups, there's so many of those out there right now. I mean, everybody's got a DMR talk group for everything, right? Especially on Brandmeister. And I'm not a huge fan of Brandmeister. It's not that I dislike them. I just don't like the way they do a couple of things. So our Texas net is an actual Texas net. It's for Texas stations on Texas repeaters. It's not a worldwide net that happens to take place on the statewide Texas talk group. So anyway, Brandmeister has its place. There's a lot of really cool talk groups on Brandmeister. I have access to a lot of Brandmeister talk groups on my Seabridge. But I don't know. I might try to do something like that upcoming, not on a normal basis, just kind of like on a one-off every now and then. I don't know. I haven't. That's something I'm kind of kicking around in my head.
It might be a little fun.
It'd be fun. I just don't want to have to commit to it every week right now.
Oh, I understand.
So,
that.
Yeah. Let's see.
Can I ask?
The Philippines. DV8, Delta Victor 8, Alpha Whiskey, Zamboanga City, Philippines. Good morning. Well, it's morning here. Aniceto, is that correct? I don't know how. I hope I.
Don't ask me.
Yeah, DV8AW. Good morning. Thank you for tuning in to the live stream today from the Philippines. Appreciate you guys from overseas. It's always cool to see people from outside the United States watching.
So, can I ask about the story or the picture, the story behind the picture you posted in one of our chats?
Yes.
You were on the set of The Last Man Standing?
Yes.
This week?
Yes.
You didn't tell anyone?
I did. We talked about it on the W5KUB live stream 2 weeks in a row. So I kind of kept it quiet. I mean, I didn't broadcast it, but I talked about it a little bit. Yes. So
I'm so jealous.
Last week, my wife and I went to Los Angeles on Tuesday, and we got to sit down and watch a live taping.
No.
Yeah, of the show, because it's filmed in front of a studio audience,
yes.
right? Okay, so we got to sit down and watch a live taping of the Last Man Standing show. Prior to that, those guys let me sit down and operate HF from their IC7610 that's there in the studio. And they recorded me and then sent me the video file. And then the next day, we spent the night there, and then the next day we got up, and they let me have run of the studio, and I recorded a Ham Radio 2.0 episode sitting right there in front of Mike Baxter's desk with the icon on the back. So
Did you actually meet Tim?
No, I didn't actually meet him. I saw him. I saw him. He came out and introduced himself to the whole studio audience, and he was.
But you're one of the masses.
Yeah,
it didn't really count.
Yeah. So, but that was fun. That was fun. Yeah, that was cool. And I'll put that video together and probably post it next week.
How is that station ran? Is there an actual club that runs that station on set? Or?
Yes, there is. He said at one point in time they had up to 30 hams on staff for Last Man Standing.
30 hams.
30 hams. 30 licensed amateur radio operators.
On just the normal staff.
On just the normal staff.
The production of the show.
The production of the show. That's correct. And then they canceled the show on ABC, and it had a year hiatus, and then Fox picked it up, and they're on Fox now. And they're actually filming in the same location they were before. They're in the same spot, same everything. But since they took that year off, some of the actors and some of the staff, they had to go. I mean, they're like, well, I need a job. So they had to leave. So he said they've got like 17 or 18 people on staff right now that are licensed hams. But they've got other people who see them do all the ham radio stuff in the back scenes that you don't see on the actual TV show. And he's like, yeah, people ask, so how do I get licensed? People ask that all the time. So he's probably going to be doing, they have a club call sign of KA6LMS, Kilo Alpha 6, Last Man Standing. So yeah.
I love it. I love it.
So you go down and you go sit down in front of the radio and you operate as KA6LMS. You say, operating from Studio City, California, KA6LMS, calling CQ on 40 meters. So I made 15 or 17 contacts on 40 meters. There's a lot of noise because you're in a studio, which they say it's a Faraday cage. It is. It's they build it to be a Faraday cage to limit interference from outside RF when you're recording a broadcast television show, right? So, so it's hard. So there's a lot of noise in there. Now they have a fan dipole on the roof, so you get out pretty good. But there's the noise floor is really. It's kind of like an S4, S5 noise floor all the time. So. It was good. It was good. I liked it. That was fun. Now they don't do much with the ham radio in the actual show. It's usually just in the background. But he did say there was an episode upcoming where Mike is going to actually talk on the radio.
Oh, so that's the character Mike.
The character Mike. Yeah.
Tim
Allen. Yeah.
And Tim does have an amateur.
Tim Allen has an amateur radio license. Tim Allen's character on the show, whose name is Mike Baxter, he's an extra.
Yeah.
On
fictitious
extra on the show, and the guy John Amodio, he's the guy who invited me out there, and he's one of the producers of the show. He said that the call sign issued to Mike Baxter for the show is an experimental call sign sanctioned by the ARRL.
Yes.
So it's an actual ARRL call sign. It's just an experimental one. So
it falls outside the general call sign guidelines.
That is correct. Yeah.
Because I Googled it one day.
Did you? Okay. Yeah. Apparently, and I didn't know this. Who in the chat knew this? Okay. Seriously, he has a 2x3 call sign on the show.
Yes.
Mike Baxter on the show is KA0XTT.
I thought it started with an X.
No.
Okay.
It's KA0XTT. And apparently, when you have a 2x3 call sign, and the suffix starts with an X, it's experimental.
Huh.
I never knew that. He said, yeah, when they're going to issue call sign, like we're on KI5 in Texas right now. When you go to KI5, when they go to, what's TUVW?
Yeah.
Do my alphabet in my head. When they go to W, they start on W's, and they'll go WAA, WAB, and they'll go all the way through WZZ, and then they won't go to XAA after that. They'll skip over X, and they'll go straight to Y, so it'll be YAA.
Huh.
And I'm like, I've been a ham radio operator for 25 years, and I've never heard that before.
Someone in the chat claims that they didn't know.
Yeah, okay.
DP.com.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know that. That's
interesting.
Learn something new every day, I guess. So, yep.
So Tim Allen is a general?
Tim Allen is actually a technician.
A technician.
Yeah. So, when they operate on the show, they're just talking to one another. They're not actually operating.
Yeah.
They're not transmitting over the air. They are they're
playing.
They're playing. Yeah. In fact, Aaron, the guy, I forget Aaron's call sign. He was the guy who kind of runs the ham radio set there on the set of Last Man Standing. He was telling me that in the show upcoming, he's going to be talking to me on the air.
On the air.
Well, he's not. It's going to look like he's on the air on the show, but they're going to add all that in. So he's going to have Mike Baxter's going to have a conversation with someone over the air, but it's just really just going to be talking to Aaron.
Set magic.
So yeah. So it's not. So he's not illegally operating because he's only a technician and he's working.
Well, he
40
can
meter.
operate as on the general bands or the extra bands with a general or extra behind them.
That's true.
On what the band
That's true.
is.
If there's a general there, and KA6LMS is an extra call sign.
Yes.
Because most of the what's up, Noel? Because most of the people there on set are extras. Well, I shouldn't say most of them. The guys who run the set are all extras. John and Aaron, and those are the only two guys. What's the other guy's name? I met somebody else's name there. I can't remember what it is. Anyway, so yeah, but that was a cool experience. That was a cool experience.
That looked very fun, and I was jealous that you got up there, and I love the show.
Yeah,
especially them coming back. That that intro they did. Oh my God, that was so funny.
Yeah,
so funny.
Admittedly, I have not watched the show since it came back on the air. My wife and I have watched all the episodes prior to it being canceled, and we don't watch a lot of TV. We just don't watch it. But I got into my YouTube TV account when I was there in California, and I set my DVR to record all Last Man Standing. So they're all waiting for me on the TV at home now. Yeah. So it'd be cool. Let's see. Let's go. Yes, 2x3 and extra. Well, these days, DPCom, common these days. Let's see. Hold on. We just lost the internet.
No, not again.
That's okay. It might refresh. Now it says I have internet. And the live stream's there. There it is. Okay. It caught up with itself. We lost the internet for a minute. Well, we lost the... Let's see if it can. Was to be fine, but for some reason the YouTube is, I don't know, YouTube's freaking out or something. There it goes. Well, it's green again now. So let's give it a couple of seconds and see if it stays. But yeah, so you can be a 2x3 extra these days, because used to be when you upgraded to extra, you got the option to go. I think at one point in the past you had to change your call sign, and then at one point in the past they gave you the option to change your call sign, and they would only give like 2x1 call signs or 1x2 call signs to only extras. So if you had to
still do that, I think right now, if you do request a vanity,
I think that's
there's
correct.
Still certain standards to your license level.
Yes, I think that that is correct. I think you can't. I don't think you can get a 1x2 or a 2x1 unless you're an extra.
Yes.
But you have the option to keep your calls. And then with the whole vanity thing, there's a lot of W5s out there now that have been technicians for only a year. So, excuse me. So it's just one of those. Yeah, you can't always tell by someone's call sign what class they are anymore as easily as you used to be able to do. I'm a YouTube is out of control, Robert Snyder says. Yep. Okay. So anyway, everything looks solid now. But yeah, you can't always tell by someone's call sign what they are. But let's see. Back down. Okay. Nuclear Ship Savannah Amateur Radio Club. Savannah. Is that Georgia? Where are you guys? Where are you guys at? DPCom says, my call is an original novice call. Yeah, there used to be novice calls also.
Let's see what the Google says about nuclear ships.
Yeah, do that.
I see their channel, LinkedIn profile.
No.
Stalking, face page. They have a face page group.
Face page?
Well, I'm not saying the actual word because I'm not on it. I'm not promoting that.
Oh, okay. Face page. K3SAV is in Baltimore. So, yeah. Cool, man. Maryland, never been up there. Been to Boston once. Never been to Maryland. So, be a cool place to visit, I think. But that's about it. So, I think that I've run out of things to say, believe it or not. You asked about upcoming stuff?
Yep.
Let me see here. Upcoming this month on Ham Radio 2.0. We've got all our Winter Field Day videos to still post. We participated in Winter Field Day last weekend. We have a small group of us here in North Texas have a club call sign called KN5TR that we formed a while back to do contesting and/or events.
I totally forgot about Field Day.
Yeah, KN5TR. So NTR is North Texas Radio Sport. So we formed it. I say we. I wasn't actually part of the original group that formed that, but they did. They formed it and they did a couple of events and then they kind of dropped it. And Noel was part of that, and then we picked it up and we're gonna use it for Field Day, or Winter Field Day at least. You'll see those episodes upcoming. We might use it for the Texas QSO party in September. But I went through and I wrote down all the. I went through the. I found a website that listed all the HF contest events in the USA for 2019, and I wrote down this many of them. This page on the left here. This is all HF contests that I would like to participate in. Oh, here's something else they gave me. They gave me a Last Man Standing QSL card.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
Usually you only get these if you make a contact with them and send them a QSL card, and then they will send you this, with the information on the back filled out. They just gave me a blank one. So that one's gonna go on the wall at home.
Yeah.
Yeah. But my internet connection looks solid, so I don't know. It's something for
But we did pretty good on Winter Field Day.
Yes,
we did
Winter
about
Field Day.
40 contacts.
Yeah, we only did 40 contacts. There's clubs out there that probably did hundreds, if not thousands, of contacts.
We operated in the morning and afternoon.
Yes.
We didn't do
nighttime.
overnight.
We were beat at nighttime.
It was cold.
It was cold. It was cold. We were in Montague County, Texas, where my deer lease is. Montague. And we were, after being out there all day long and setting up and everything, we were just tired. And
manning the fire. And
you know what?
Some ribs.
We did. And if the contacts had been rolling in, I would have stayed up and operated. It just
the bands fills it out.
The band's
our location.
At our location.
I did 5 contacts. That's better than what I've done in Field Days prior.
Awesome.
But really usually I just play the tech role, which I didn't do that again.
Yeah. Well, KN5TR is an extra call sign held by.
But thanks to Noel, we got that sports club license, and we're going to be doing much more of it.
Correct. Matt says, Texas, y'all don't know what cold is. I'll agree with that. We don't know what cold is, but you guys don't know what hot is. So W5KUB a couple weeks ago, we were talking about Winter Field Day, and they were all saying, those guys out in Wyoming, California, they're it's always so pleasant the last weekend of June for Field Day. So Winter Field Day is going to be an operating challenge because it's so cold. And I'm like, if you think it's pleasant the last weekend of June, you've obviously never done Field Day in Texas.
Yeah.
So
regular Field Day in Texas where it was 100 degrees.
105, I think, last year.
This prior Field Day.
Yeah.
And we had box fans that kept blowing the circuits.
Yeah. So, anyway, upcoming on the show, Winter Field Day, we're just talking about. Got some Buddy Poll episodes. Got some MFJ stuff. I've got some, I think that's pretty much it for Winter Field Day. I got an episode upcoming for the Waxon mono band. Thank you. Yeah, you bet. Got an episode upcoming for the Waxon mono band DMR HT. the Redivus RT52 dual band DMR HT. Got an episode upcoming for the Yaesu FTM 7250, which is their new mobile system fusion rig. I got one coming up about which 220, if you want to get into 220, which 220 HT should I choose? That's the name of the episode. Which 220 HT should I choose? I picked up a while back. I picked up an Elecraft KX3 QRP HF rig, and the Elecraft makes most of their stuff kind of modular, so you can add stuff to it pretty easily. And I grabbed, and then a little bit after I got it, I got an internal antenna tuner for it. So I'm going to do an episode about how to install that antenna tuner. And then, of course, people keep asking me about the Alenco DJ MD5 dual band DMR HT from Alenco. I've got that upcoming as well. So that's just for February. And amidst all that, among all that, you're going to see hopefully the rest of the videos post from Tapper last year. I've got those kind of lined up in the queue.
Offhandedly, what were those videos, or what are the subjects on those?
There's one about something called LoRa, L-O-R-A, and I don't really understand what that is.
Laurel.
L-O-R-A.
Laurel.
LoRa. There's another one about, there's 2 or 3 from HamSci, the Ham Science Foundation. There's one about HF operating. There's one about, I can't remember what all, there's 4 or 5 left right now. So,
we had a question about how to get onto our email list.
Oh, go to livefromthehamshack.tv and scroll down just a bit. It's the big red box on the front of the page. Let me restate. It's good if a person in Georgia, a 4 in the call, says applies for California 6 call sign even though they live in Georgia. Yeah, Peter, that happens all the time nowadays with vanity calls. You don't necessarily have to have...
Yeah, the region doesn't really matter.
The region
much.
doesn't matter as much as it used to.
I was going to go after a vanity call when I first got my license.
I thought you were.
But they want the prefix AW. You have to be in Alaska for.
Yeah.
Because I wanted AW5 OME for awesome.
UME.
UME?
Awesome. Awesome. He wanted the call sign of awesome.
Yes.
And it's a great thing he didn't get that. I'm so happy he didn't get that. So, anyway.
The state will finally recognize my awesomeness.
Yeah, right. So, okay. Anyway, that's probably about it, guys. Thank you for watching. We were up to 41 watchers at one point in time. 37 now. That's not bad for a live stream. Check out the new episodes on this channel every Monday and possibly Thursdays. Again, if I can grow the channel to where I want to, I can get Thursdays going as well. Check out my Patreon page. Check out my kit.com/KC5HWB page. And help me out on Amazon and Patreon and that kind of thing. Very, very much want to take this to a full-time gig, but it's going to take some time, but that's okay. Put time and effort into it. It's worth it. Also, I thought of something else, and the last couple weeks. Now, this week that's just finishing, and next week that's about to start, I won't be on there. But for the 2 weeks before that, I was guest speaker on W5KUB. Go to W5KUB.com and watch their. You can go on YouTube and watch the past streams, but they do a live stream every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Central Time. So it's 6 p.m. in California and it's 9 p.m. in Florida, and you can check that out. They've got a lot of cool stuff up there. That guy with did you watch the last one with the Sky Tracker, or was I telling you about that?
You were telling me about it. I haven't subscribed to his channel yet.
Okay,
it will happen.
What is the kit URL? David George says, what is the kit URL? It's kit.com/KC5HWB. So you got that, Frank?
Yep.
Okay, thanks.
Just double checking before I post it and make sure it's right.
Yeah. So the Sky Tracker. This guy builds these Sky Trackers, and you put them up, and they have solar panels on them, and it's like a balloon. It's like a mini balloon, and you put it up in the air, and he said he's had them stay up there for up to like 2 years because they fly above the clouds. He said once you get to like 41 or 42,000 feet, you're above the clouds, so it's not interfered with storms. So it just orbits, and it
not around the Earth, but just around.
Well, it can. I mean, it's not in orbit,
yeah.
but it as the Earth turns, it flies along with the jet stream or whatever is up there, and wind or atmosphere conditions.
Other planes.
Yeah, and he said that they make one that does APRS and they make one that does Whisper. So the Whisper will transmit your call sign and then people with Whisper stations can listen to it.
Cheating.
And then a little bit, but and then APRS is done over the internet too. But
the APRS is meant for a different means.
True.
APRS is for positioning over the ham net, so we can track our ham stations or call signs or whatever we want. Pets. I know a couple people. I pulled it up in the DFW area. They have their dog collar has an APRS beacon on it.
That'd be a good idea.
But that's for the APRS beacon. Whisper is kind of, I throw it out there. You're not making a contact. Someone's picking up the station and then just say, "Hey, I heard you," which is fine.
It's good. It's a good propagation testing tool.
I will give you that 100%.
It's not. I made a contact with Zimbabwe today because, it's a one-way contact.
Yes,
actually,
and that's why I feel
that's done over the internet. So, but it's great to see. Hey, this is the direction my signal's going today. That type thing. So it's a fun mode. Not a contest mode, obviously. But it's still useful. Anyway, so he does he puts these things together, and they're like $150 each. Mm-hmm. And then you program them with your stuff, and you put them up in the air, and I'm like, that would be a cool episode. Because I could put it up in the air and then track it, and then every week on the beginning of the episode say, here's where it is today, here's what it is today, and then we could follow it on the live stream. We'd say, hey, it's still up there, and here's where it is. So really cool KB8 ELK.
We'll call it your alter ego.
Yeah. KB8 ELK. I think so. That call sign's familiar. I don't remember the guy's name right now, but I think so. KB8 ELK. I think that's who it is. I think I'm gonna pick one of those up and do the APRS thing. Not the Whisper one, but the APRS thing. Sky Tracker. Boom. Here, I think that's Bill. Yes, WB8ELK. That is correct. Dave KB0OWD asked, is it Bill? It is Bill. Yeah, his stuff. And really cool stuff. Yeah, the episode of W5KUB from not this week but last week, Bill was on there with us talking about his devices. So, all right. We'll go ahead and it's about an hour and 15 minutes, so still 37 people watching. I'm impressed.
Well, thank you, all of y'all. The ones participating in the chat, and
absolutely
everyone else.
Yeah,
who will watch this later.
Absolutely. So we'll be back on March 2nd for our next live stream. I don't have any live streams this month at Hamfests. We will be back on March 2nd. We might be doing the March 2nd live stream from Hideaway Harbor on Lake Fork.
Ooh, that's going to be fun.
We might be doing it from there.
We'll be outside probably, inside?
No, it'd be inside.
All
they
right.
have an inside. They have a store back there with a big round table that we can sit in and do it. That is the current location of the Lake Fork, Texas DMR repeater, which is not online right now, but I know why it's not online. They made some configuration changes up there. Haven't been up there to put it back online, but when we go back, it will be at that point in time. So, subscribe to PewDiePie. Yeah, he doesn't have enough subscribers.
No.
So that was funny. Anyway, the next live, and then towards the end of March, I'll be attending the Houston Ham Fest, and probably doing a live stream from there. And then we'll be doing a live, and then the April live stream with the first weekend, and then the May live stream will the May live stream will be the first weekend, and then the June live stream will be the second weekend because we'll be live from HamCon in June. So that will be. See if you can keep talking until everyone leaves. KD2 RDH. No, probably not.
You got other things to do today.
Right. Yeah, I got other things to do today, and then this video gets posted on YouTube for people to watch later, which people do, but to a certain point,
you can also watch the chat live.
Yes, yeah, you can, but to a certain point, and people start to drop off. And I tell you what, it really helps my stats if you watch the video all the way through, because watch time is actually. YouTube algorithm is three things. It's watch time, it's subscribers, and it's what's the third? There's a third one. It's watch time, subscribers, total watch time, and then average duration watch time. So in other words, how long does someone watch your episodes before they change and go somewhere else? And then they take all that time, they put it together for a total watch time. So average duration is a good one. So here's the thing. You want to help me out on YouTube? Take one of my videos or take a playlist and start it, mute it, minimize it, and go do whatever you're going to do today. That's a way to trick the YouTube algorithm. But once YouTube sees more people watching my show, then it promotes it more. And once it gets promoted more, then I get more subscribers, and those watch time and average durations go up. So that's one way to do it. In fact, some of the YouTube guys will tell you, hey, here's a little trick. Try this. Tell your mom, call your mom and your brother and your sister and your best friend and say, hey, I'm about to post a new video to YouTube. Go click on it, let it play, minimize it, and go do whatever you want to do. Just let it play all the way through. So
put it on infinite loop.
Yeah. Put all your vids in a playlist and I'd let it roll, man. Yeah, well, a lot of them are. There's one called DMR Radios. There's one called there's a Tapper playlist. And those Tapper videos are like 30 to 60 minutes each. 30 to 50 minutes each, something like that. Those are some of the longest ones. So do that with the Tapper one. But that's cool. So thanks, guys. Appreciate you watching. Sorry about the hiccups in there. Hit me up on, go subscribe to my email list. Subscribe to YouTube if you haven't already. I'm sure probably most of the people watching already subscribe to YouTube. Let me know where you're going to be. Let me know who's going to Orlando HamCation. Again, I'm sorry that I won't be there.
Know what you could do?
What?
If you're going to the Orlando HamCation event, take a life-size cutout of Jason and just take random selfies everywhere.
Yeah.
And then he'll be like he's there.
Yeah. To answer, let's see. Interaction via chat have any influence, Matt? What has the number of comments on a video has a lot of influence. The number of comments I have on a video and if I respond to those comments, which I do, 85% of the time I'll respond to comments. Unless it's just some comment that says, hey, thanks, great episode. Sometimes I'll respond, thanks for watching, but it's kind of like, but if they have a question or they have a comment about something, and then I'll respond to most all those. Most of the comments are good. Sometimes I get a troll in there. If someone comes in there yelling a bunch of obscenities and cuss words, YouTube holds that in a possible spam filter. They don't even post it. And then I get to go in there and say yes or no, put it on my channel. I just delete those. So someone has constructive criticism, then absolutely. Constructive criticism is always welcome. But if someone just wants to rant and rail and cuss it at everybody at me or on somebody on the YouTube channel, those get held by YouTube and I delete those later. So, but that doesn't happen very often. It's happened a few times, but most of the comments are very positive. So, yes, Matt, we're going to Dayton. I'm going to Dayton. I'm trying to get Frank to go with me to Dayton. So one of the reasons I couldn't go to Orlando this year is because I wanted to go to Dayton. So
I might fly up if I go.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I can pick you up. I'm going to leave Wednesday after work and drive halfway Wednesday, spend the night somewhere, drive the rest of the way Thursday morning. Try to get there by noon on Thursday. Jason on a stick. They did that on Ham Nation sometime back. That's good. But yeah, so Dayton for sure. Going to Dayton in May. That's like a bee, dude. Like a bee landed on his head.
It is a Something a little bugged there.
Looked like a bee. Looked like that bee in that video, the beer video we did.
What the heck is that?
So yeah, I will be at Dayton. I'm trying to get Frank to go with me to Dayton. Going to be driving up again this year. Looking real forward to Dayton. I'm also going to try to do Huntsville Ham Fest this year. In August. I was going to go last year, and at the last minute, I had something come up. I don't remember what it was right now. I had something come up, and I couldn't do it. Oh, I started a new job. That's what it was. I started my new job in August, so I couldn't go. If Noel's here, I guess we've been in here too long.
Yep.
So, but thanks, guys. Appreciate y'all watching. We'll catch you next month from today, March 2nd, because February's got exactly 28 days, so the dates and the days of the week in February and March are always the same. So March 2nd, live from this channel, 73. And
thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching. Thanks for the comments.